Yo, 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 everybody, this is Darrell Miller here. We are back with another dope episode here. I got my brother, Jani Griot. I have, worked with this young man, young talented, young king for about, since what, 2018, 17? But we've been
Uh,
knowing each other since high
yeah.
school.
Oh yeah. Do a long time now, man. Long time.
Yeah, so we are about to, talk, so let the audience and people know what you do and how long you've been an entrepreneur and what you're currently working on. So first thing we're gonna get to, who are you, Johnny Griot, and how long you been an entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur. I mean, I would say I gave 100% to be, the title entrepreneur. Maybe a decade, a little over a decade now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, all right, as an entrepreneur, what do you do?
Me personally, I feel like originally when I first started getting into business, it was I just wanted to learn anything, just whatever it may be. So I started out as a cashier at GameStop, and I I loved working there. I learned a lot working there, and I guess it kind of told me that I was always going to be in sales of sorts, but I didn't really find my passion there. So I moved around doing a lot of different management stuff, but um, no, uh, I moved on to writing, and to be honest, I've always been good at telling stories as a writer, but I don't think that I had the time actually creating stories. And 10 years ago, I lost my vision, and it gave me a lot of free time at first. So I started writing. I wrote every day, constant stories. I mean, you and me linked up like I want to say almost 2 years after I went blind, and just started. Dude, we in a year's worth of time, we did so much entrepreneurially that I
We did.
oh my God. I wouldn't trade those years for anything. Getting to work, we worked in the middle of downtown Indianapolis with people who they're running five-star restaurants now, and I mean we're all doing different things, and they're it's fantastic. But me personally now, I'm into most of my money comes from real estate. But I've for the last 2 years I've been building a vending machine and snack bar business. Uh, that's becoming pretty successful. We're about to take on two new sites in Evansville. Um, and my online web series, I just checked today. I'm trying not to do this. I don't want to check numbers in this regard very often because I feel like I don't want that to be my driving force for my writing. But we almost hit 50,000, so
Oh,
I'm
congrats.
yeah, really excited, man. Really, really excited, man. It lot
Man,
probably the funnest thing I've ever got to do.
I'm so proud of you, of us, from us working together. Well, we went to high school, and just to see us from eating at that lunch table and then to finally bump each other again at GameStop where you was and linked up and, met up with Romeo Gearson and we did that business like downtown, like you was talking about. We really grew, what I'm saying? No matter who's, working together or not, like we elevated and changed. But I want to go back to the time you were blind? Because I know you kind of brushed over that. Tell us how different it was just from having eyes, sight seeing to going blind, and how did that change everything for you? Because I know it changed everything for you, and how you can stay motivated throughout the course of you going changing that.
Honestly, um, number one in anything that I do is try to put myself around the right kind of people and the right kind of mindsets. You especially were one of those guiding factors that got me to understand that if you're not around the right kind of people, it's not you're gonna go nowhere. Nothing's going to happen. And my mentors have always been wise. They've always had more knowledge than me. And I think that seeing people with drive in their element and, being successful and reaping the rewards of being successful, uh, honestly really grounded me in trimming the fat when it comes to not being around negative influences. And that, I think that is honestly the biggest factor is I lost the sense. So people often say things like, oh, your other senses are gonna become stronger. That's not real. That's not the reality. What actually happens is your awareness of those senses is what grows. You start paying attention to more to what you're using and what you have. So I I was a draw. I was an artist. I loved to create things. I wanted to animate. I wanted to create video games. That was where my heart was. So when I lost the ability to see, I watched anime every day. I I've compiled so many stories mentally before I even started writing, that by the time I started writing, I have books that people have never seen. Like I the What's crazy now is that when I first started writing, I didn't have an audience. So when we first started, working together, I didn't have an audience, and that
Okay.
that kind of back then was limiting for me, because anybody who's doing something like this, I feel like we want to we want the people to enjoy it with us. We want it to be a product that
Right.
people can enjoy. Um, and it, without that, I felt like I was failing. And now I feel like I'm writing more for myself and to enjoy writing and getting to express myself, and that's what people are connecting with. And that without that, I'd still be lost. So
Mhm.
really, if I had to put like a one thing that keeps me motivated in the darkest of times, literal and metaphorical, uh, is honestly expression. Getting to create and getting to share, uh, that's the most rewarding thing. Not everything's about money. I know that entrepreneurs, we want to work for ourselves, and we want to, uh, we want to be successful, like I was saying earlier. But that can't be the only thing behind what we're doing, or it won't. It's nothing. It has no value.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's finding that passion, finding things I want to create. That's what keeps me motivated.
Okay, I got another question. So what, all right, so you love writing. What was the first um maybe book or story that you wrote that's like this is it, or this is the one I want to focus on, or this is the one is gonna, take my career far, or I really want to do this as a career, is write these type of stories.
To be honest, the script that I had to write for Camp Odd Nature, when we were working on
Oh
it
yeah.
back in the day, actually showed me that I
Yeah.
was I was really ill. I'm not even gonna lie. Just
Yeah.
getting to write that scene by scene, and having people read it and go, "Whoa, what are you guys
Yeah.
working on?" That just kind of blew my mind open. It was like, whoa, like people really do enjoy what we're creating. And to this day, I still have not seen our main idea used in any kind of fiction.
Yeah.
So
That's facts. That's facts. I still haven't seen it, and I can't wait till we
I
push that out because nobody
I still
still
have
has.
nobody. I've seen nobody use that idea, and I'm like, well, okay, I guess it really is a good idea. So I want to push that one out.
Yeah.
I'm honestly working on a handful of projects, but the
Hmm.
I will say that one, getting the I want that I'm gonna say that I'm gonna call it the edge factor. How
Right.
On the edges of your seats people are when reading it. I'm still trying to get that nailed right and get that pacing right. But as soon as I do, I'm gonna push it out. Yeah, I put
Yeah.
out.
'Cause I
I
can't
put
wait
out
for
3 books
that.
last year.
Talk about it, man. Like, so, okay, as a writer, what was the difficulty for you, right? Not just, being blind, but like what kind of struggles you was facing, maybe not just financial or, saying sight wise, but what other things you had issues with, or what things you can give to the audience that can be what you want to call like guidance for them if they want to become a writer themselves.
The number one advice that all writers need is to write every day. That is the
Yeah.
number one. If you don't write every day, you wasted time. You did something wrong that day. You let yourself down. Trust me. It's the same thing as like an Olympian. You don't see anybody in the NBA not literally work their body every day. So for you to want to say you want to call yourself a writer, or you want to be an author or something like that, and you're not actually exercising that every single day, it's not real for you. That's just my personal belief. I'll put it that I don't want to be too abrasive with how I feel about certain things, but yeah, for sure. Write every day.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
what's your goal? Did you accomplish a lot in 2023, as you would say? Do you think like you accomplished a lot for your
I
career
learned a
and
lot.
writing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will accomplish. I mean, it as should I say, is it an accomplishment if other people see it as an accomplishment, or is it just an accomplishment if I see it as an accomplishment? Because I guess
For you,
I
because it's
I
different.
me okay. Well,
Yeah.
then I feel really good about what I learned. I didn't
Yeah.
make like some would say getting close to 50,000 views on any book series, things like that is super successful. But for me and the
Yeah.
the people that I'm again, like I said, being around the right kind of groups, I don't want to compare myself, because that's not going to get me anywhere either, unless it's only fuel, unless I only use it as fuel. But I'm around some people who they get like if they put out a chapter on Monday, by the end of
Hmm.
Monday, 50,000 people saw it. So for
Right.
in the last 9 months, I got 50,000 people to see my content, and I feel really good about that. There's really good, that means a lot to me. You know what I mean? So
Right.
getting to engage with the people that really enjoy my work, that means a lot to me. So seeing my peers do these explosive numbers with their passion as well, that just fuels me. That uh, I could do that for the rest of my life. Uh, I'm actually trying to put out a mastered version with individual voice actors for the series I want you to be a part of
Yeah,
today.
definitely can't wait
Actually,
for that.
yeah,
Okay.
the character I want you to be is named Khalif. He is one of
Okay.
yes, he's one of many orphans in a group of orphans that has been hired by one of their friends to work for a company that they're trying to get off the ground. And they are doing their best to not be coined as criminals, and everybody is
Right.
working against them, guys. Everybody
Okay.
at every stop is working against them, and they're good, but they're good kids. So we're gonna see how them exploring this. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Trust me.
Okay.
I think one time I compared it to imagine imagine a GTA storyline in a Dragon Ball Z world.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
right. And you're like,
What's
you
the
don't
story
know what to
called?
expect. You don't know what to expect. One big story time. Yeah, for sure.
That's dope. So, what is the title of this book called?
Oh, the series on Royal Road is Endless Isekai: The Life of Arson Omni, and
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, no, it's no, he's for real. He's a lot of fun. We're man, uh we won a writing competition last month or the month before, I can't remember. It
Oh,
was
congrats.
either yeah, yeah. Lots of I was actually a little bit surprised that we actually won. There was like I want to say I think they said 890 something competitors, so it wasn't like uh
No,
a
that's
small
dope.
yeah, it wasn't a small pool of people, but we definitely we won. So
Hey, congrats. So, okay, you wrote several books and characters. Who is your favorite character that you have created or wrote a backstory to, and why?
mm, you weren't even done
From any
asking the
project.
question. Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Okay, so in our series we have a guy named Jake. In the series Camp Out Nature that you and me worked on, we have a guy named
Mhm.
Jake. In that series, he's seen as a he's just seen as this regular guy who's just, he's really out to help children. And hello, darling. Sorry, we got little ones waking up doing their thing. But no,
You
he's this regular guy. Just he wants to help children. He wants to change the world for the better, and that's what he is on the surface level. Almost like I want to say like a Professor Xavier, but not
yeah,
in a wheelchair.
right.
He's just a regular Joe.
Yeah,
But really, in the background, he's not though, and that's
yeah.
what I really am excited for people to get to experience is him in other series I'm writing. Him just being
Mhm.
in all these other places, and people going, "Well, how's he over here if he's over here?" And that's it's just gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Probably one of my
that's
favorite characters for sure. Yeah,
that's dope.
yeah.
So, it's 2024. What is have you set your own goals as for personally and business wise this year, and what might they be if we can know?
This year I would like to put out a volume for our series once every other month. The second volume comes out. What's today's date? What's today's date? The
It's the
seventh,
January
sixth,
6th.
sixth. Okay.
6th. Yep.
We have we have 7 days until volume two of Endless Isekai releases on Amazon. Get your pre-order. If
Hey,
you
get that.
enjoy the series, guys. And I would like to put out a book every other month for the entire year. So, um, if I can have 6 volumes out, or sorry, yeah, 6 volumes out by the end of this year, I think that'll be me reaching my goals for this year for sure.
Hey, I know you can do it, brother. You work so hard, man. So, who inspires you to write, or who is your favorite authors or books even to got you want to write?
Um, that's a huge question for me because honestly, I wasn't a big reader until I was about 18. I had some really close friends who were big readers and they were like, "Oh, check out this book." And I'm like, "You're ridiculous. Why would I ever sit down and read pages? That's crazy." But no, I ended up getting into audiobooks really, really heavy as I was going
Yeah.
blind, and there was a book series by a guy named Pierce Brown
Mm,
who wrote about these societies, I guess, that were split into like these hierarchical color ranges. So the gold sat at the top, and the reds, these like almost like miniaturized sized individuals, sat at the bottom, and
mm,
had to uh, they had to mine endlessly on these planets, but it was crazy because it was this futuristic story where the this red actually gets he almost dies, gets his entire body butchered until he ends up looking like a gold, gets taken to this camp with all these other kids that are golds,
Yeah.
ends out outperforming most of them, and
Yeah.
the it's the most wild ride. And for me, it was what really just hit me, because again, I'm going blind during this time. I these
Right.
stories are all I'm clinging to. Uh,
Right.
so it was this. It was the sense of overcoming, the sense of
Yeah.
growing strong, even though all these bad things have happened. And
Right.
since then, I've wanted to make that everybody's passion, everybody's potential. You know, if shit, if you have something going on and you overcome it, share overcoming that, because somebody may be able to gain from that. Somebody may be able to learn and love from that and not suffer mentally, physically, whatever it may be from that. And that's, I think, what my writing gives me now. So Pierce Brown for sure. Uh, and I want to shout out, God, it's my favorite narrator, Travis Baldry, because I would like him to. I'm actually might have him do my first audiobook
Oh, that's
to
dope.
sell. Yeah, we got in contact. I want to say about 6 months ago, and I am working my way into his very busy schedule, and I think it's going to be a good move for me long term, for sure.
Ah, that's a blessing. So,
Yeah.
what are things you do when you get up, like to keep you motivated, or what certain things you do in the morning, or things even when times it can be hard, like that keeps you really going?
Hmm. Um. Honestly, in the morning, mindset is everything. Your mindset for the day is
Yes.
going to control everything. Honestly, if I'm in a bad mood at the start of the day, I it sucks because I'm kind of stuck there. I kind of stay
Yeah.
in whatever mood I'm oriented in that morning. So
Right.
it's either I'm spending the entire day to get my mind into a better place, or my mind is in a good place and I'm fighting off anything that's trying to subvert that energy. So
Right.
uh, I'm trying to learn how to get to a deeper sense of meditation. Just a lot of research that I'm finding. I've always loved meditation, and I feel like I do have a strong ability to focus, but it could be better. Anything can be better. So I'm just trying to train that. I want to become a lot more physically inclined. At one point in time, over the previous summer, I was working out every day, and as things got colder, I just stopped working out. And I don't want
Yeah.
that to be a thing for me anymore. I want to work out when it's cold, when it's hot, when it's whatever, you know. But working out in the morning is a big thing for me, and not drinking too much coffee. That'll spiral
Yeah.
anybody's day. Trust me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's staying calm, that kind of stuff.
Okay, as far as like for your company, your books and stories like that, what like marketing tactics you use, if we can know, like things you use to get your, your projects, your products out there.
Um, really, uh, I'm starting to realize that there's no such thing as a bad product. There's really only
Yeah.
bad placement. So,
Yeah.
if you're working on something, like let's say you're in candy development, like you're trying to develop a new sweet to put on the market, and you just love making candy, you probably shouldn't be in the newspaper for uh you shouldn't be in the now hiring section. Like
Right.
that's not realistic for you. You know what I mean? You should be in the right areas. And I know people often say like, oh, there's all these kinds of groups, and there's Facebook and social media and all that. There are those things, but actually being in a community that is hungry for what you're trying to create, that is hard to find. So if you're spending a majority of your time feeling like you advertise and it's not booming, because honestly, I spend $10 on an ad now, and it'll see hundreds of people in a matter of a day, 1,000 people
Right.
in a day. Like that, and I'm not talking like, oh, they slid by and they paused and they stopped. They didn't get an impression of it. No, I'm talking clicks. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's different. And
Right.
never getting stuck trying one thing because we're told that this is what works. That's hard for me, but I'm realizing more and more that, like, trying new things doesn't really hurt. It's the fear of, like, oh, I spent $100 here and that ad didn't perform the way I wanted it to, so on and so forth. But that's $100 you never have to spend again in that direction.
Yeah.
That's you never will learn that. Like, you'll never have to relearn that mistake. And I don't think
Right.
people really cherish or have a gratitude for that, so they give
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. You
You
think
can't give up.
you think people are scared to like take chances and be and fail at something? You think that's why they get stuck so much? Like you like they so afraid to take a step, so they just stop and don't even try, not knowing that failure sometimes it's a teaching lesson itself that actually it helps you along the way. A lot of billionaires has failed, and a lot of times before they succeeded in life.
uh every no Honestly, I think you're really on the money with that one. I think that is the reason why all businesses fail. Is either, let's say you had a beautiful bar. It's in the perfect location, everybody loves it, but literally people are saying like, hey, we want to come to your bar, we love your bar, it's amazing, but your entry fee, it just doesn't make sense. It's it's $75. It just doesn't make sense. And people, everybody's saying it to you. And but this at one point in time worked for you in the past. It's a high performing area. Other places are charging it, so why can't you charge it? So on and so, whatever it may be. And then you're afraid that you're losing money, or you're afraid. But maybe just try. Look, hey, I'm gonna make it $50 one night, see what happens. We get a whole bunch more traction because they don't want to pay the $75 fee across the street, and you have an amazing night. You never know. So it could be.
You still there? Hey, Johnny. Yo, still there? Oh,
It's not talking to me.
yeah, yeah. I can hear
Oh,
you
am I
back.
back? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Matt, I'm sorry, I had some sort of alarm going
No,
off. I didn't know what was going on. It was just like I was talking, but no, yeah. I
yeah,
don't know where we cut off at, but uh, people
hey,
will be in the best of situations and be afraid. So that sucks,
yeah,
and it'll stop the
yeah,
best of people.
exactly. So, all right, hey, so for you right now in 2024, are you the planning on with your books to go like conventions, or how, or what are you wanting to do with your books and your stories, other than just
Um,
promoting online?
Honestly, I want to build my own small community uh, because
Mhm.
really what I want to offer is my own studio of voice actors and producers to be able to build audiobook stories that
Mm.
that are all individual characters for the voices, their sound effects. I'm about to release this episode. Trust me, there's going to be an episode that we were Endless Isekai is releasing on YouTube. Check it out. Subscribe. We have lots of episodes coming, but we're that first episode is pretty much what I want to be building for anybody who wants it. So if if anybody's played with that app Pocket FM. They have like all these crazy stories on there from all these authors from all over the world. Amazing product. I'm trying to take that with a an already established platform such as YouTube and make it available for anybody to hire us and make a beautiful product. Hire you as a voice actor and have you be whatever
Yeah.
character that they want. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's not unrealistic. It's actually kind of easy. It just takes time.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, it seems like you getting everything together. Do you have a team? Like, do you got a group of people y'all come together, work on y'all marketing plans, and work on what strategies y'all gonna use to make sure these goals be successful?
Yes. One and two all at once. On one hand, I'm always trying to find people to work with.
Yeah.
Uh, Talk to my guy riseovermatter at gmail.com.
Mm.
If you're
Okay.
trying to get into the auction game, he's huge right now. Email him. He will get you amazing product to sell if you guys are like drop shippers and Facebook marketers and all that kind of stuff. He has product for you guys to sell. Trust me, he's getting amazing stuff for absolutely dirt cheap. But no, that's beside the point. No, yes. Me and my team, my honestly, my strongest team members, I'm gonna give are my mom. She honestly helps me with so much on a day to day basis, just because, of course, I love to write, but I don't love to edit, and she
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
a strong reader. So, of course, she's saying that I'm getting good enough that she's not even really editing; she's just reading. But I don't believe her. And um, my my lady love, Catherine, keeps me motivated. I Without her, I'd be a sad man. So, I will always give her the love and respect for keeping me able to write, because I feel like without love in my life, I would be kind of mentally blocked a lot more. Just because as a man, I just feel like I'd be searching and searching. Oh, there's love somewhere for me. No, I don't want that. I want to. I'm glad I'm happy and I can write.
Yeah.
And then my assistant Eve, she does so much, dude. If you don't have somebody who organizes things for you while you do anything, it's not. It's a mess. It doesn't.
Yes.
I'm glad. Yes. And other than that, honestly, I try to stay in contact with individuals like you. I try to talk in these social media communities. I'm kind of timid when doing that, so I'm actually pushing myself to do more and more of that, because you have a great like Instagram community and like things like that. But bro, I'm trying to do some TikTok videos. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm
Right.
just
Yeah, I'm
I'm
learning
not.
that.
Yeah, I'm. Wow. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm working with some people on Fiverr right now to do a commercial for the second book that we're about to release on Amazon. And yeah, just any kind of community and networking I can do right now is really beneficial. Anything. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you look for when it comes to working with new people? Like, what is it about them to make you say, or I feel they energy mixed with mine, or they ideals could work with mine? Like, what things personally and other things you look for into a person if they wanted to work with you?
Um, the whole treat people how you want to be treated thing is real big for me. So
Yeah,
when I want to work with people, I just offer myself uh just free of charge. Like if you want to talk, if you want to, if you, you would enjoy me to help you with some writing, story ideas, brainstorming, all that kind of stuff. I try to offer it for free. So if
yeah,
people come to me with that same energy, like, hey, I just want to be a part of what you're building, and however I can help, just let me know. That's what I try to provide to all of my business associates and business partners. That I and before I guess I'm a little bit more restrictive these days. So before I even really get there with somebody, I actually have to see that they have a lot of drive themselves, because
yeah,
I don't actually like to just talk anymore. Talking without action is just spun wheels, and I'm not about that. I can't do it. It just
right.
and wasted time just makes my brain hurt. Makes me. I think that is the number one leading depressing thing that I can face, and I'm not doing it. No, no wasted
Yeah,
days.
definitely. I was the same way, and I remember you used to tell me like, and something I gotta praise you for, and so happy to know you. I remember we used to go downtown, and you used to say like no excuses, and you used to just me watching you how you work with me knowing the things you had to deal with motivate me. It was like it's no excuses. Like you wake up every morning of the day, you up, you can, wash up, you can brush your teeth, you can, do things like that, do it. Like, and that's why I learned so much from you is like I can grind, like I can, what I'm saying? There's no excuse. There's people out there, in worse situations than me or in a struggle more than me or something like that. There's no way I should could be complaining or not doing anything like that. So I tell people, even young people, like get out there, grind. Don't wait for somebody to do something for you. Motivate yourself. Like create your own opportunities. Don't just wait for somebody to give you an opportunity. Create your own because you don't know what that could lead you. Because
Yes.
I got most of my opportunities honestly just because I actually grind and put in the work. It's not always because I'm the most talented or I'm the most skilled in that position. It isn't no. You know that I'm gonna put effort into what I do. You know I'm gonna try my best.
Yeah.
To push the project or do anything I want. But I learned that so much with working with you that
Wow.
even to today I still like miss because it's like that brotherhood of us, we keeping ourselves accountable
Yeah.
for our
Likewise.
actions and
Likewise.
accountable for what we, do.
Yeah. No. Honestly, I agree 100%. Um, I think the one thing that when it sometimes it's hard not to be reactionary. Sometimes it's hard not to just
Yeah,
be in the moment. And I feel like when we get hit with things in business, especially when we're passionate about it, we take it personal, and it just it hits so hard. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you put 100 hours into that painting just to have somebody go, I don't really like that color, and it kills
right,
you.
you're
It
right,
killed you. But to be honest, I mean, you a, a complaint and an excuse. When you complain and when you make an excuse, the what happens? You complained, you made that excuse, and there was no progress made. No, like
you're right.
nothing actually occurred. But if you actually think back in the times in your life where you came to a problem, and in that immediate moment you thought to yourself, a reasonable way to handle this is this, and
Yeah,
how I'm feeling makes me want to do this. If I were to do this, this most likely would get me the best response. I really want to do
right.
this over here though, but I should probably, it's continually following through with that good mental decision that I think it that's gonna get you results over what's a complaint gonna do?
Right.
I didn't win that award. I didn't I didn't write enough today or to no. I'm gonna just do it. Just whatever it may be. If it's hard, just get it done. Even if you make it smaller. I think that's the one thing that people should always focus on is that the largest things in the world are actually made of incredibly small things. Like, for instance, Amazon. Amazon is 40% of internet traffic across the world daily. When you think
Yeah.
about it, that's a lot. That's a lot, right?
Right.
But
Right.
that started out as a few guys going, I bet if I put this on this screen, people will buy it.
Yeah.
And it started with literally a few people buying it.
Yeah.
That's it. It was
You
just
gotta
that
think
small.
even like social media, you think about like somebody had to be like, you know what, instead of just using a phone, let's create something on the internet where people could like text and type to each other and talk to each other from there instead of always having to use the phone to, connect and all that type stuff. Like somebody had to really think about that. And now they billionaires.
Right? I mean, no, I mean, honestly, sometimes I feel like I throw away billion dollar ideas more than I
Dollar
actually
ideas.
follow
Yeah,
through
I get you,
with them.
yeah.
And I'm like, that was a waste. I should have done something with that. But uh,
Yeah.
again, dude, fear is a lot of it. Like, I sometimes I think of a great idea, I research it, I'm like, nobody's doing this, and the fear comes into going into the bank with this business plan and saying, I know this is worth something. I did my research, and you gotta like, face people, and they're like, yeah, I don't care how much research you did. I think this is gonna blow up in your face, and you gotta really be able
Right.
to
Sell
say,
it.
no, it's not. No, it's not. This is gonna be
Yeah.
great. Trust me. This, people, the community loves it. Here's the proof, but it
Yeah.
doesn't always work out that way, and
Yeah.
realism is hard for me, as somebody who lives with their head in the
Yeah.
clouds a little bit, but at the same time, I got the numbers.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean. It's not like I'm like, hard work really works, and I'm like, I got three people looking at my chapters each week. No, I got hundreds of people showing up daily just to see what I'm writing about. So it
Right.
be have your head in the clouds. If that's what stops you from living in fear, then do that.
Right. Right.
You know, I self doubt is your number one enemy. It's my
Yeah.
number one enemy. It's anybody's. I I I know you've heard me say this before. I used to say to people all the time, blindness is my number one superpower. Why? It took away all of my fears. I'm not looking at people say, that didn't work for you.
Right.
Okay, even if they do, I
Right.
keep on typing. I keep on enjoying
Right.
myself. Keep living life. Keep learning my lessons. Oh, my fans didn't like that. We'll work on it better next time.
Right.
Just that simple.
And
Keep
and
it going,
speaking
bro.
like,
That's what you showed me, honestly. Working with
yeah.
people downtown, dude. We're like, man, I don't
Yeah.
know how we gonna make this work, dude. And the next day, we're recording 4 or 5 people.
Yes. Yes.
That's just how it went down.
And you gotta be a visionary. Like people don't know, like in your team, you gotta have somebody that's a visionary, that think outside the box, that think, these creative things to get y'all really motivated no matter what, long as it's a plan involved. Like me and my brother Yashawan was watching Wu-Tang series, and I just paid attention how much RZA was so much of the visionary and the glue, not just because of his production, but him as an individual that had that thought, I can bring 9 people, 9 black men from the hood together. Some of them beefing with each other, don't even know each other. Together, create this legendary group, and I'll just watch the show. That's what I got. You know what I mean? That legendary. Now people around the world know them, even though they still beefing and fight. Here and there, boom, boom, boom. But still, brotherhood. That it took this man to even come up with a concept that we ain't gonna never see probably again for a while of that legendary status. It takes someone with that visionary, like we was doing downtown, like come with Camp Out Nature, record label, trying to really get out there and to tell people, hey, we can do it. We just got to follow these things. But sometimes people fears, or if it doesn't play out the way they really want, then everything falls. And that's what honestly I felt twice in record label because I started with us. Then I try to revamp again like a year last year or so, didn't work out again. But I'm just learning from those mistakes and what I could do better as a leader, what things, what I'm saying? Like, but you just know like it could have really happened. Like that vision still could have be there. Your plans could succeeded, but people
I
just
feel
don't
like you have
always.
all the pieces for that, man. I honestly, I have more
Yeah,
faith in you running a record label than anybody I know. I feel like you have
I
all the
appreciate it.
pieces for that. Honestly,
Yeah,
I don't think you should ever give that up. I would love to be a part of helping you run a studio
yeah,
a million times over. I want to do your advertising, to be honest.
yeah.
I want to learn.
Definitely need
I that you I know you know a little bit about like the whole SEO stuff and all
it.
that all that stuff. It sucks that it's important, but it really is. It really matters.
Yeah,
Being able to put yourself in front of the right people that actually want to see what you're working on. That really matters. And when royalty virtue, just getting to be a part of making music with you guys. Honestly, I don't even know if you know this, but last last July, maybe August, sometime last summer, I put out a mixtape in a month because of the stuff I
yeah.
learned working with you. It
Yeah,
took me
you was
a
putting
month,
out some heat.
a month. It
You,
just
I still listen to.
it took me no time at all. I was just having a good time. I was like, I want to make a song today, and I did it. It wasn't. I gotta go. I gotta go schedule this. I gotta. I'm gonna struggle
Yeah,
here. No, I knew what I wanted to do. I set out. I said I want to make the Jordan year. It
yeah,
it's gonna be great. People gonna like it. I did that. I felt good about it, and I learned that just getting to work with Royalty Virtue, and maybe I don't give you enough credit for that because honestly, it
nah,
that taught that those years taught me so much, and I still use those
yeah,
lessons every day. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
if I can give back, man, just let me know. Let me know how I can help.
yeah,
I would
uh,
love to see you managing many artists because you want good music. And what I love
yeah.
about you and your music passion is that you're not out here to just because like I'm I'm like every other person, guys. I love trap music.
uh,
I'm sorry, it's catchy,
yeah,
it's nice,
yeah,
but you
yeah.
actually want to
It's
make
no problem.
yeah, but you want to make music with content. You want to make music that makes
Yeah,
people want to succeed and want to, try new things and experience the world and new cultures and things like you actually make music about things that matter, mental issues that can be overcome with meditation and sense of community. Like that kind of music, if that was cherished, and I'm not just talking about in a gospel kind of way, like if that was
right,
cherished
right.
seriously, like that
Yeah,
matters. That kind of matters. So you got to stay strong, bro. You got to make sure that you
yeah,
continue to do that for sure.
yeah,
We need more of what
yeah,
you're doing.
yeah. I know. I
Yeah,
took a
man.
step back doing this film thing because it's like I mean, I still always had passion for music and writing, and as a comic, I always listen to some instrumentals to say I still want to get in, and filming. But I love in this filming stuff. But I still would love to try once I get more. resources, good taste with the music, and people like yourself and others like that can help make it. Because of what I realize is people want more when you say a record label. You know what I mean? Like when you say record label, what I always say they want the whole nine. They want the marketer, the PR people. They want the what is
Yep.
it, studio engineer. They want to come to a free studio session. They want, it's a lot. So I'm recognizing, okay, to get the talent, the great talent I'm looking for. When you say a record label, no matter how nice you are, expectations wise, I'll let me build myself fully where people can fully trust in the vision, trust in me, trust in the team, where we can really guide them to success and things like that. I feel like right now, especially being in Indiana, it is going to be real rare to see those people and find those individuals be like, yo, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like right
I
now, I
think
just think,
starting small, right? I mean, because honestly,
yes,
it's so uh, Indiana. That's probably one of our biggest issues, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yeah,
Our
yeah,
community in Indiana is super small, and we got to
yeah,
keep it super small, just because there's not a lot of honest people anymore, man. There's not a lot of honest
you
people
know,
who are actually just want, like, I cannot wait for you to get into this convention, man. I'm so excited for you to
yeah,
get into the convention. I'm
yeah.
going to visit. I will be in town just to come see you in this convention. That's the only reason
I
I'm coming.
appreciate
That's it. That's the
it.
only reason I'm coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That that's not everybody.
Yeah.
I know when
Yeah.
I know when I start sending out messages to people on social media and I'm like, hey, check out this content. I'm getting like 1 in 10. Whereas
Right.
if I do the same kind of effort in, an advertisement where I worked on it for a few days, I'm getting hundreds of people who really want to see the content. It's not that my friends
Right.
aren't nice people. It's just that
Right.
they got stuff going on. They're not looking for what I'm
Yeah.
putting out at that point in time. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. They
Start
they
small,
not
man.
fans. They friends. Yeah. Definitely. And you got to be right next to me with the artist table. That's what I'm saying. Like once you get like physical copies of your book and stories and stuff like that, you definitely should be trying. And I'm going to I'm doing PopCon this year, like a little convention, not too big where the tables don't cost that much. You have your merch, but you could be out here because I believe a lot of your friends, fans is gonna be at these conventions. Really believe like you having a merchandise, you having your books and stories out there nicely on the table, like that people will purchase, especially with the artwork and style that you bring in, kind of like that anime feel. I see some of your book covers and stuff like that. I
Sure.
guarantee you can make some sales like that than just relying on social media. You feel me? Like I
Yeah.
think people out there really want to see you, see the creators, see face to face and get a picture with you and or you sign your book, you have a book signing event of your stories. I would love to see that even for you because I really feel like that will really help your career and your company out.
No, that's honestly in my path for sure. I definitely want
Yeah,
to do the whole convention tour thing, but by the time I do my first convention, I I want I want to at least have sold uh I'm gonna say 1,000 copies. We're gaining
it's a good number.
traction right
It's good.
now, and honestly, there's a
Right.
whole like metric to selling books online and
Yeah.
how to make and it's not because again my content's good. It's not it's not
Yeah.
even that it's not even that I need to uh that I'm putting out some garbage trope filled story where you can expect what's going to happen because you've read 100 stories. No, it's not my
Right.
content's good. I just need to get in front of the
Yeah.
right people. So
Yes. Yeah.
I want to build more of an audience. I'm not gonna lie. I would like to um,
Yeah.
I I want to build a little bit more capital. To be honest, I would
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
books
No, that's fine.
to have paid for the tour, and when
Your
it's capable of
yes.
doing that, I know that it's the
Johnny. Shit. Well, it seems like he got off. Well, thank y'all all for another show of the realest interviews. Be back with you soon.